People have often said Season 5 of Thomas and Friends was the last good season of content until Seasons 17 and 18. And while I will admit Season 17 was the best season in years, I think the horrific quality after Season 5 is a little bit exaggerated. I will agree that there was a slight dip in quality from Season 8 onwards, and Season 7 was a bit hit and miss. But when it comes to Season 6, I will always defend that block of 26. I still have a belief that that season was genuinely good. Of course, being the collector that I was, I had every home video release, all 3 of them. Let's have a look at one of them, The Chocolate Crunch, released in March 2003 and featuring 8 episodes from this rather good season. I really will defend this one. It won't beat Seasons 1 and 5. Overall, I'd say it was better than Seasons 3 and 4. As for Season 2, I rank it as being better when it comes to narration, but worse in terms of plot. Overall, the season was hit and miss, but there were some genuinely good episodes there, and the narration is great. So let's give it a go. VCI logo, a real classic. Hit Entertainment logo, not so much. Sorry boys, VCI wins in the logo department every time. Unless we're talking about Cartoon Network, childhood beats early 21st century every time. I must say, it feels weird to see these promos for closed captioning on something non-Disney related. I don't know what it is, but 9 times out of 10 if I see this ad for the European Captioning Institute, I just naturally assume Disney. But whatever. And here we go! New opening as well, used only for Season 6. A strange and unnecessary change, but an interesting one nonetheless. Hey, wait a minute! Who's this Michelangelo's fella? When did he start narrating, and what happened to Ringo?
Here we go.
We finally reached that point. The point where it hit me. I grew up watching Season 1 and a bit of Season 2. It said quite clearly, narrated by Ringo Starr. I had nothing from Season 3, I had one release from Season 4, and it said... Oh, fuck off, I didn't notice. Season 5 didn't say anything about the narrator, and now suddenly we have this Michelangelo's guy. At this point, I'd like to take note that Michael himself has been in contact and has stated his dislike for the classic joke I use whenever I mention him. He'd like me to discontinue that joke in his words.
As from fucking now.
Well, sure, Mike, I won't repeat the joke. I'll never use it again.
His name's Nigel.
I'm just kidding, that joke's going nowhere. I've never talked to Mike, and I'm just saying all this to make a joke from a 33-year-old movie. I like to think I'm pretty cliche. How cliche can I be? The best song from the Give More Love album is Back Off Boogaloo.
Back off Boogaloo, I say, back off Boogaloo, come on, back off Boogaloo.
Enough said. So anyway, 8 episodes from Season 6. Percy's Chocolate Crunch, Jack Jumps In, The World's Strongest Engine, Middle Engine, Buffer Bother, Thomas the Jet Engine, Duncan, and finally Faulty Whistles. One thing I can't help but notice about the video is that the title is The Chocolate Crunch rather than Percy's Chocolate Crunch. Granted, there was only one Chocolate Crunch, but that never stopped them before. Look at Thomas's Christmas Party. There's also the American release, Percy's Chocolate Crunch, released a month prior to this one. That kept the title. There's no complaints really, it's still a great release. Well, the UK one is anyway. The American dub is one thing I will not defend from Season 6.
Why the rush, Gordon? Asked Thomas. If I must pull freight cars, then I'll show Salty how an express engine pulls freight cars, Gordon huffed.
The American dub of Season 6 sucks and I don't care who knows it. Now as for the best episode, that's a hard one. Really, it comes down to 3. Chocolate Crunch, Thomas the Jet Engine, and The World's Strongest Engine. I want to peg World's Strongest as the best episode. That one gave me a good chuckle. Originally, I just thought Diesel was weak sauce due to his inability to shift those trucks. It actually took me a couple of watches to hear a certain bit of dialogue.
Diesel didn't know the shunters had set the brakes on the trucks. The troublesome trucks knew, but encouraged Diesel to push anyway.
As for the worst episodes, I'd say it's a mix between Duncan and Faulty Whistles. I was never huge on those two, as much as I love Mike's voice for Duncan.
I'll show that smelly diesel and those lazy steamers.
So that's the Chocolate Crunch. I'm not sure if it's the best Season 6 release, but it does have a few winners in there. When it features you-know-who, Season 6 will never get old. No, not him. He's a great actor, but a boring narrator. Right, that's episode 24 covered. Number 25 is next. I want to do something big to fit the number. What could I do?